Are we live?
Careful though.
Boom! Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern. Clickbait Sports. I'm here. You're here. These dudes are here. It's the Thursday before the trade deadline. Some crazy stuff has already happened. We are making clickbait history. For the first time ever, Brandon Perna is eating a danger witch on TV. Can you mute the mic? I don't need that ASMR.
No, we need all the ASMR.
Brandon, what is in a danger witch?
Danger.
We got pepperoni, salami, ham, lettuce, jalapenos, tomatoes, peppers, mustard, olives. It's basically an Italian BMT with bacon.
Be careful.
It's really good, actually. Like, it's really good.
Spicy.
Not bad.
So that is Brandon's.
This is day one of eating a danger witch every day of the week.
Every day he's got to eat a danger witch. Now, does it have to be at least 6 inches that he has to ingest every time? Is that the criteria?
Minimum.
He's got to take that full 6 inches every time. Right?
I'm going full 6.
No, he's
Full
going
6.
12.
Yeah. Because I don't.
6 inches is a lot, guys. Seeing it in front of me, 6 inches is a lot.
I mean,
It's
it's not
above
about the
average.
size; it's how you use it, dude. It's how
What
you
are we
use it.
doing? What are we doing?
How
I think
spicy
we're
it
making
is.
innuendos about penises.
True.
No, we're not.
Everyone's
Whoa,
spoiling it. No,
I'm
we're
not
talking about
supposed-
sandwiches.
Oh,
Tom,
no,
how'd
sorry.
you go that far? Dude?
Sorry, I
Come
must have
on.
zoned out.
All right, let's get into the show. So, the trade deadline is coming up, and Kadarius Toney, leading the airwaves today, hasn't played since week 2, and y'all know how I feel about Kadarius Toney. You've seen the clips on the internet, but however, Scooter had some pretty strong words on the twatters about Kadarius Toney. Why don't you share with us what you think of this trade, Scooter?
Well, 5, the New York Giants just traded away their best player.
Wait,
This.
Saquon Barkley just died? What?
Here's the thing. Saquon is a great running back. He might be the best running back in the NFL right now. But Kadarius Toney can run the ball, and he also can catch the ball. Therefore, his value is greater. You're going to see this, and it's going to be, I will be vindicated, right? I have all these people coming at me. You don't know football. You don't know what you're talking about. Let's see what happens when Kadarius Toney slides into the Tyreek Hill role and starts getting 200 all-purpose yards every game. Let's see what happens. Because I saw this man at Florida. He's going to the perfect situation in Kansas City. And honestly, a 3rd and a 6th. Look, it's a win for both teams. The Giants get some picks for someone who they were never going to play ever again, who was residually injured. And the Chiefs get a dynamic playmaker. Look at what they're saying. They're saying that the Chiefs support Mahomes. Tyreek Hill goes to the Dolphins, and look what the Chiefs have done to replace all that help. Cowboys let go of Amari Cooper. What have we done? We're not doing the same thing. So it's going to be fascinating. I think this is one of the best things that can happen to Toney. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about this.
Me as the Giants fan, I will go first. Look at Brandon just eating up that sandwich right there with his mic respectfully muted.
Look,
listen,
I've
Toney.
got 4 different processed meats going through my body right now.
It's
And
those
it's
more
as
than processed
good
meats,
as
son.
you could imagine.
In every hole. Just
Listen.
wait till it finishes after.
I saw Toney play, and what's his name? Diggs saw Kadarius Toney's ability when he got crossed up out there. Listen, the guy's talented, but he was not on the field, and that just shows you a team that is so desperate for wide receiver help was willing to just cast off an extremely talented wide receiver because he's always hurt. He's not on the field. It's cliche now to say the best ability is availability. Well, he was not available at all. And clearly the Giants didn't have him in their long-term future. I liked what I saw from him on the field, but chapter's closed. I do agree with you. I do think he'll ball out. You probably will be vindicated. He's going into a very good system, but he's got to stay healthy. And it's not like he's being like miraculously being activated, is he? I don't even know. So I'd like to hear everybody else's thoughts because the Giants, Cowboys guys will just argue the whole time about him because to me, he was kind of trash.
Well, I don't like that he went to the Chiefs. How many wide receivers does that damn football team need? They've got Juju Smith-Schuster. They got Travis Kelce, tight end, but he's basically a receiver. McCole Hardman, MVS, Sky Moore, and now they're going to throw in Toney. Basically, all Toney has to do is catch one touchdown pass every 3 weeks for that football team, and it will be some ridiculous football play where everybody's covered, and all of a sudden, Toney's open 3 yards down the field. He makes 8 guys miss and runs 60 for a touchdown, and it's probably going to be against the Broncos. I hate this. Like, why let the rich get richer?
Whoa.
So willing to pay.
Whoa. Who got that one?
Bro.
Not me. Thank God.
Not me.
Relax. Relax.
Scooter's getting punished.
Relax.
We gotta start thinking about Scooter's punishment, everybody.
Damn.
Start thinking about it.
Not like this.
I'm thinking
Not
a
like
thong.
Tom, what do you have to say about this Toney trade?
I think it's honestly like the best case scenario for both teams. I think Toney is the one who really benefits here because if you can't
And
make
we
it
got
in
a
Andy
400
Reid's
too.
system-
Dear God.
What?
Jesus
Who just?
Christ. Oh yeah, it's Perna's almost birthday.
Oh,
Saturday.
it's on! New leader in the clubhouse.
Perna, your birthday.
You know what? I'm happy
go.
because that means I am.
No,
winning.
no,
Thank God.
curling.
Let's
He
go.
might have
Hey,
to-
did y'all know Perma's birthday is coming up soon? So
Yes.
In 2 days.
October
who would-
29th.
Benchwarmer brew code, by the way, too. For Perna's
Ooh,
birthday code. You got to pump
absolutely.
that stuff,
Birthday
man.
bundle. No
I
code.
think
just go
saying,
get the
Tom,
birthday
best
bundle.
case scenario for both people.
Oh no.
What
Yeah.
the?
Yeah.
It's a nice wheel shirt you got there.
Birthday boy.
Yeah, no, I think it's best case scenario, especially for Toney, because if you can't excel at Andy Reid's system where it's a high flying offense, then like you're not going to succeed anywhere. I think that the Chiefs basically give up very minimal amount of draft capital to get a guy who has a high ceiling. And I think if you utilize him, the way that he could be, then I think he's going to do just fine. So like even what Perna says, like he's not going to be expected to be the number 1 guy. He's not even going to be the number 2 guy. Maybe number 4, maybe. So I think with that, he's going to be just fine. They could use him as a gadget player if they really want to. So yeah.
Tree, any thoughts on this trade?
Main thing is he just couldn't stay healthy on the field. And it's just, if you give up a first round pick a year after for a conditional third, it's not Alex Leatherwood bad, but it's a bad look for the previous regime. And it's just another strike on the Dave Gettleman era. Because, I mean, they made a lot of mistakes during that era, as Five can agree. Like, a lot of bad free agent signings they're trying to get out of, wide receiver issues, drafting problems that have sort of corrected itself, but still, they were much maligned. But it says something that this team is still 6-1, despite Dave Gettleman.
That is, yeah, it is. And a lot of people were saying the Cowboys should have made this trade, right? What are the Cowboys doing?
They're not going to trade him to a divisional rival.
They're
Though.
no,
Yeah, they
no.
would. They
So,
probably would never have done that.
You would have
but
had to trade a second or a first for him.
Here's
But
the
it's mixed.
crazy.
That's value. That's good value for Toney.
Here's the crazy theory that a lot of people have been postulating on Twitter is that the Giants take that 3 and the 6 and give it to the Broncos, or one of them to the Broncos for Jerry Jeudy. So that has been discussed and talked
Do it.
about, and we would very happily
Wait,
take
what pick?
maybe the 3 or the
3 to
6 or
6?
whatever. Yeah. So we just
We need a second and a third.
Yeah, that would be a fleecing right there. You know, you get rid of an asset that you don't even want, and then you turn it into somebody that you do want, and it's basically no harm, no foul. But I could see the Giants standing pat with those 2 picks and just
Take Brian
using them.
Dable too.
Yeah, we will not give up Brian Dable. I have a question, Brandon.
Yeah,
We talked about this.
sure.
If the Broncos lose this weekend,
Ugh.
do you actually consider firing Hackett?
Not yet.
Me personally,
Not you personally. I know how you feel.
no.
Do they
I wouldn't.
as an organization seriously consider firing Hackett?
Damn.
Like
What
this
is
is
that?
a real
What's
question.
CRC? Is this what is
It's
CRC?
Costa Rican Colon. It's Costa
Rican
Rican.
Colon.
Oh, Costa
Obviously.
Rica.
A Colones.
Duh.
If I mean, I think the Broncos as an organization will consider it. I wouldn't, just because I don't think, and this is any head coach, and there's 2 exceptions. If you think you got a guy on your roster who will be your next head coach and you want to see how he performs in that role, then yeah, fire your coach midway through the season. Because I just don't think there's much to gain from getting rid of Hackett
There's
right
not.
now. You're not going to right the ship with, and the Broncos coaching staff specifically is a lot of young guys. There's not like somebody who's done it before or somebody who's been with the team in that role for a long time. And like Matt Rule, they let go early because they wanted him to be able to get his next coaching gig so they don't have to pay him as much moving forward. And that's not going to happen with Hackett. But it's hard to say because like none of us know how this new ownership group actually operates, what they think. I don't think George Payton is the type of guy who's going to make a rash decision like that. And like, I would be more interested in seeing how after the worst start imaginable, you see how Nathaniel Hackett responds in the second half of the season. And if he can show you he can right the ship in any way. But it doesn't look good. Like if they
What
do
is
fire
his
him, I don't
current
think anybody's going to
contract
be
situation looking
mad.
like? What's his current contract situation looking
Yeah,
like?
how many years is he locked
It's like
in
4 years, I think. Let me look.
Let me take a
Jeez.
look.
You say here, I just want to respond to one thing. You say, there's not much to gain by
Yeah.
firing him. There's not much to lose either. Okay.
I've just
This is-
confirmed it is a 4-year contract.
This is an ugly football team playing very ugly football. I think what I've recognized now is like once you see that you're not going to give your coach a second contract, you might as well just fire him, right?
Yeah.
You might as well cut
It's,
your losses.
Tom, you
No
look like you want to say
freaking
something.
way.
What
Well,
are you
you-
holding back, Tom?
Well, I think you have 2 major problems here. I think you have the coaching of Nathaniel Hackett, but you also have the play of Russell Wilson too. So it's going to be up to the Broncos to go, okay, well, we just gave them both big old contracts. Which one is the real problem? Or are they both a problem? And I think to just fire Nathaniel Hackett after 8 weeks, even if you do lose to the Jaguars, I think it's like super short-sighted because is another coach going to be able to come in within the organization most likely and then be like, okay, let's see. I don't know, because maybe Nathaniel Hackett can adapt and adjust and evolve in the role, and maybe it's a Wilson problem, but I feel like you can't figure that out 8 weeks into the season.
I think I know enough data. I mean, Hackett has made.
I mean,
some
look at Daniel
awful
Jones,
decisions.
though, right? Like, look at your own example. Like Daniel Jones, I mean, like that he's been playing pretty well this season, and like that was a switch of a
Right.
coaching thing. So like maybe it is a Russell Wilson thing, or maybe it's a Nathaniel Hackett thing.
I think it's both.
It could be both.
I
Like,
think
there's
it's
a
both.
Perna,
I
very
mean,
good chance
if
that-
you had to decide who is the problem between those 2,
Well, the problem's both right now.
Yeah, they're both.
I think
underperforming.
Russell Wilson can play good football again. I don't like physically. I mean, he's had some injuries, but I think physically, it's not like he's declining the way we saw Peyton Manning, the way, other old QBs do. And he's only 33 or 34. So I think you've got a chance there. Plus, you don't really have a choice because you gave him a 7-year contract. It's a 4-year.
Yeah, he's locked
contract.
in.
So, like, you can Like getting rid of a coach is a lot easier than getting rid of a QB you've just
Yeah.
paid. So
You can eat. He has a 4-year, $4 million contract, Nathaniel Hackett. So you can eat $12 million. You just got by the Waltons. They
And there's
paid
no
$5
cap
billion
hit.
for this
Yeah.
franchise.
There's no cap hit for firing. It's just a wallet hit. And
Yeah,
the
Russell
Waltons-
Wilson, you are paying $250 million, and you're going to have to guarantee most of that. So,
Yeah.
Well, that begs the question
that
then.
ride is
With the
spicy.
Broncos performing so poorly and the trade deadline looming, are the Broncos sellers for this trade deadline? Will we see any type of fire sale happening like some other teams are doing? Are we preparing to tank? What's going on, Perna? Walk us through the situation as the trade deadline approaches. As you swallow.
put some
Yeah,
danger with you in my
that
mouth,
Wait
guys.
until
Give me a minute.
always as soon as he bites, ask a question. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking with Perna, I'll let you swallow. I got you, buddy.
He's a
So like
swallower,
talking
not
about
a
this,
spitter.
like Jerry Judy's obviously potentially a candidate who could get traded. Bradley Chubb is another one who's been like highly rumored that he
Yeah.
could go as well.
if they lose against Jacksonville.
KJ Hamler,
yeah.
right, was like another one that was like his
Hamler.
name was thrown out
Yes.
there. So I think you could see any of those guys potentially be on the move.
And Albert O.
Yes. Albert.
I didn't
Quick
Albert
Bernard.
O. Most certainly
It's
gone.
interesting because both Chubb and Judy were linked to Cowboys rumor mills of trades, potential trades happening. Personally, I just want y'all to give us Randy Gregory back and just like
Imagine he
stop
goes back
playing.
to the Cowboys.
Like,
after
He's
all
on
that.
IR. You can't trade.
He's hurt.
You can't trade him on
Bring
IR.
him back, bro. Bring him back. Make it happen. Make something happen.
Speaking of the NFC East and the trade deadline, the Eagles go out and better themselves and make all of us mad by picking up Robert Quinn. Roquan Smith finds out about it at his presser and starts crying immediately because apparently they was tight, just like I cried when Scooter left the show. What do you guys think about this trade as well? I don't like it just because the Eagles made it, not for any other reason. Like, I love the
Same.
trade.
Yeah.
I can start with this one. So, if you guys recall, Robert Quinn was on the Dallas Cowboys for the 2019 season, and he balled out that season. He played really well that football season. The problem is that was 3 years ago. Now, I tweeted out, is Robert Quinn good? Just to gauge, like, where's he at now? I know the player he was 3 years ago. I haven't been watching too much Robert Quinn footage since he's not on the Cowboys anymore. And what I got was a mixed bag of results. Last year, apparently, this man had over 18 sacks.
18 and a half sacks last year.
Last
He was a
season.
monster last year.
Last season, he had
Now
over
he's starting
18
to regress.
sacks.
Yes.
But you look at the stats this year, it's not on par. In fact, he has 0 sacks this year. And
Yes.
then a lot of people are saying it's because, well, he's been getting double teamed. They're shading him. They got play. So I honestly do not know the type of player Robert Quinn is coming into the Eagles. With that being said, the Eagles are doing a phenomenal job with their player acquisitions. Look at what they've done with their receivers. They've gone out and they've surrounded Jalen Hurts for success. They've set this man up, and they're doing the same thing on defense now. So, as a Cowboys fan, I hate this, even if I don't know if this man is good or bad. The Eagles have 2 first-round picks this year, and they're going to be high picks too. So, it looks like things are getting worse for NFC East teams here. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah,
about
I don't like it. I don't. Yeah, the Eagles are getting better. You don't want the Eagles to get any better. You want them to get worse. And luckily the Giants don't play them until later in the year. Like I think week 15 and 17 or something. We played them 2 out of 3 weeks. Like we could get our ass kicked and be like bounced out of the playoffs in a 3-week span because of the freaking Eagles, man.
You have to
I
consider
hate the
too.
freaking Eagles.
They're doing this right now because Robert Quinn's still under contract for 2023 and 2024. So it's a risky move either way if you consider it. Because Robert Quinn's in his early 30s. He's starting to show his age a little bit. They're pushing for now. And they see it as now because Jalen Hurts has, what, a $1.5 million cap hit for the next year or two. So they're like, screw it. Let's
Windows
go.
open.
Let's get all our stuff. We're undefeated. We're going for a Super Bowl.
It just
That's all
sucks to see a rival doing something you wish your team would do. Push all of your chips in. Go for something. How long has it been for the Cowboys have pushed all of their chips in? Okay, yes, we
Last
might have gotten
season?
screwed on some trades. Roy Williams, we messed that one up. Joey Galloway, maybe not the best. Okay, I understand we have some problems. But that doesn't mean never do it ever again. So I would like to see the Cowboys to be some buyers in this as the trade deadline comes.
I think they should
I would
sell.
like to see a Bradley Chubb.
I think they
Okay,
should
I
sell
would like to
Chubb.
see a receive. Help Dak out.
Jerry
Why
Judy
is
for
Jalen
CD
Hurts getting
Lamb,
all this
straight
help?
up.
Yeah.
Help
We'll take-
Dak out.
We'll take
My
CD Lamb
gosh.
for a fifth, just like
Yeah.
you did the Cooper for to Cleveland.
We'll take
that deal.
Zach Martin for Chase Claypool.
Ooh.
It's like you
Ooh,
got
that's a
all this
spicy
pressure
one.
on Dak. The front office is doing nothing. Eagles over here signing players left and bro.
We'll give you a third and a sixth for Micah Parsons. How about
Yeah.
Will
that?
do. And how many other players? You would have to trade us your whole defense. Let's just move on. That's unrealistic. I'm not gonna entertain nonsense.
I like the Robert Quinn move for Philly. His contract, like none of his money is guaranteed in 2023 or 2024. So there's like no dead cap if you do decide to cut him. So I think that's like one reason they took it. And if he plays well, you can continue to pay him on a deal that's not too bad. But like I think a guy like Quinn is going to go to a defensive line that's better and to a secondary that's better. And if your secondary is really good, that's going to give you like an extra half second to get to the quarterback, right? Like if the guys that are playing next to you are a little bit more dominant, to me, this is just like, it's such a power move by the Eagles. They're just like, you know, add some depth here. We're going to get some extra sacks, some more pressures, and we really just will have no weaknesses as we move forward.
And the thing is, 2 years ago, they were ready to hang Howie Roseman from the Liberty Bell.
I
Like
thought so
they
too.
were done with him.
He
Like
was
they were
bad,
like,
though.
this guy is terrible. But he got rid of Wentz. He found a sucker to take on Wentz's contract.
And
He
got a first-round pick.
restructured, and now like he looks like a genius now. And yeah.
How much are the Bears paying of his money?
I don't know.
I don't think
Find
much.
Tom, have you expunged any thoughts on this?
They're picking up their that was yesterday. Garofalo tweeted that out because I retweeted it, saying that they're picking up most of the remaining salary for Quinn. So it's just going to cost them draft capital, but not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wow. What a deal. What the
So-
deal?
But you still got to pay him, Chicago. Fine.
So
What?
here's the
Hey,
thing,
what a
because like
deal.
Robert Quinn, because he's been rumored to potentially be moved, but he had an amazing season last year, and the Bears didn't capitalize on moving him right after that season. But at the same time, like I was watching him play against the Patriots, like he is good. You know, I don't think he's like terrible, but again, it's similar to like the Kadarius Toney thing to the Chiefs. The Eagles already have a talented defense, so just adding another weapon, hell, even if they use Robert Quinn as a rotational guy, if they really want to, like, it would be fine. So I think it's just a good team just getting better.
Yep.
I think, you know, defense is where the Eagles could improve a little bit, and if you're getting another guy to get after the quarterback, it's a slam dunk. And I think what the Eagles are doing is like they're playing this incredibly smart. Like AJ Brown, like amazing deal. Like that was incredible. Like 100%. Yes, they had to pay him a ton of money, but one, they had the cap, and two, because they have a QB on their on his rookie contract, they can go out and spend all this money because they're like, here we go. Like we got this however many years before, you know, basically that window starts to get a little bit tougher to open. So I don't even see it necessarily of going. It's not going all in because let me rephrase that. They're going all in because they have the right circumstances to go all in, because they don't have to pay a QB.
Yeah.
The Packers, they tried that a couple years ago. They went all in. They went to the NFC Championship game, and then they went to the divisional round.
What happened?
And now we're struggling. The Cowboys, they can't go all in because they're paying Dak Prescott a lot of money. They're paying Ezekiel Elliott a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, that's a ton of cap that's being wrapped in there. So, like, if you have one of those QBs that is just like making a ton of money, it's going to be tough to make those kinds of moves. I mean, hell, it's kind of why the Chiefs had to get rid of Tyreek Hill. It's why the Packers had to get rid of Devontae Adams, even though they could have kept him. You know, this is.
Well, I hear what you're saying, Tom, but my
How the NFL
only
works.
retort to that would be, we literally moved Amari Cooper for cap space, and then we did nothing. We did
Well,
nothing.
you actually did. You
We
did.
did
You brought back
nothing.
Michael Gallup. You
We
brought back
did
Michael
nothing.
Gallup.
Yeah,
and you
but
brought
it hurt
back
Michael
Dalton
Gallup.
Schultz.
Cap space.
That's
we
why
just
you-
moved
that's why you made that
Amari
cap space,
Cooper
though.
for, like, it's
But
ridiculous.
Twitter, like the way that the cap space works, like you still have to get under the space, like in order to play football, unless you have to.
No,
start
I
making,
know,
like, more
but if
cuts.
you go
no,
back,
unless
look when we traded Amari Cooper, look at who we could have signed, some people we could have brought in, and what we actually did. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I'm
the biggest
surprised the
mistakes-
Rams. Oh, go
The
ahead.
biggest mistake they made was that they traded him too early. Once Christian Kirk got signed to that ridiculous contract, that's when everybody started getting traded off, such as, Devontae Adams, which, I mean, Green Bay matched the offer. He just wanted to go to Oakland.
Yeah.
Like how Tyreek Hill went to the Chiefs, A.J. Brown went to the Eagles. It was that domino that started everything. So that was the issue with the Cowboys trading Amari Cooper.
We should have never traded Amari Cooper. I'm on record.
You need a cap. How are you going to get cap space?
But that's like right now. I'm looking at You have $7.1 million.
We should have never traded Amari Cooper. I don't care what we could have.
Yeah.
We move it somewhere else. Extend someone else.
You
Push it
need
down.
to
Push it
trade
down.
for better hands for CeeDee Lamb, so he stops
So-
dropping the
yes.
ball. That should be an
Here's
acquisition.
my
CD
rhetorical
Lamb
question.
is not dropping the ball that much. He's dropped the ball like twice.
Yeah, but here's my
Twice.
rhetorical question. Do you keep Amari Cooper or do you keep DeMarcus Lawrence? Because there was a time where DeMarcus Lawrence might have been gone this past offseason as well.
Did y'all actually hear the report about that? Do you guys know the story about that?
Oh.
I thought they tried to lowball him.
They did. Steven tried to lowball DeMarcus Lawrence. He talks about this, actually. DeMarcus Lawrence talks about his contract. He said he was disrespected by the offer Steven presented with him, and he was planning on leaving the Cowboys. What ended up happening, though, was Jerry Jones came in
Daddy.
and he said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Oh, I don't want to pay DeMarcus Lawrence all this money." He said, "What are you doing? You pay DeMarcus Lawrence that money. He's been faithful. He's been loyal. Pay him his money." And that's why DeMarcus Lawrence is still on this team. So I am very fearful for whenever the time comes where they pass over the gauntlet to Steven, because we've seen what Steven is all about. And honestly, it is not good. It is not players first. It is money first. So
You don't think they orchestrated that they got together? It's like, look, I'm going to lowball him.
100%
Jerry, you swoop
no.
in
He
when
said
he
his
rejects
agent
it.
was about to look and start looking inside. No, this was not orchestrated. This was foolish. Foolishness.
I mean, I think you also have questions for your front office because you're franchise tagging a tight end who's had one really good year of production, and you're now paying him over $10 million, and he's a top 5 paid player on your team.
I think this is the last season for Dalton Schultz with the Cowboys.
That's fine, but I'm talking about if
Yeah,
you
they
want a
punted
cap
it.
reliever to go and be like a buyer during the trade like deadline, those are the kinds of guys that are going to be in the way of that, because now you have less than $8 million in available cap. It's going to be tough for you to take on any major
Oh, yeah.
contracts.
Brandon has
Brandon
finished it.
How's it?
Yes. Now, Brandon,
Clean.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
now that you
Danger
can
Witch is
talk,
getting stuck right here.
It is pretty good. Like
Brandon, now that you can talk, tell us about that poster that you got back there behind us.
Oh, yeah. How they sent you
Auction
to,
of
because they're like-
Champions.
Our bad.
After sending me a autographed Russell Wilson helmet,
That's right.
they said, you know what? Russ didn't play so well. So how about a John Elway life-size autograph photo? I like to look at it this way, though.
Yes, that's the angle to look at it, right?
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that donk right there.
Look at that butt John Elway had on him. That is a nice man ass. And if you're looking for
Okay.
photos that accentuate sports legends'
Man,
butts,
they're already showing
Right
some
there.
butts
Look at that.
there, look at it. Perfect.
Tua and
timing.
Waddle.
You got
Yes.
Tua
He
and
knows how to
Waddle.
waddle, all right.
Mhm.
They got cute little butts. All of your sports butt merch, auctionofchampions.com, authentic autographed sports memorabilia. We've all got something pretty sweet. Didn't you get an Eli Manning piece too?
I
Adam?
did. I'm supposed to. Maybe I show this next week. But
Give him a little taste.
Give him. I got a little autographed Eli Manning, and I can't reveal it. You know what? I'll get it framed for next week.
There you go.
I'll get it.
Anyway, the
Oh.
link is in the description. If you want to peruse for the perfect thing, especially with Christmas coming up, you got to give somebody a gift. Don't know what to give them. Find John Elway's
Yes.
butt.
Yes.
Everybody
Make sure
likes
when
that.
you register, though, when you sign up to bid, you
Oh,
use
yeah.
the code. You say that you heard about them from Clickbait.
Clickbait.
Apparently, a lot of you have already done it, so we appreciate it. Just keep giving them the Clickbait code, and we can get memorabilia and all that.
If you
stuff.
don't use Clickbait, they will break into our home and come steal back our cool.
Yes, they already did that.
literally
with
in the
Broncos.
They're gonna steal more than that. They'll steal our limbs too. Like they
There's
threatened to
also-
cut off my arm if they did not promote auctions.
I did hear about that.
Okay,
It was-
now
it was fun.
Brandon. Oh, thanks, Adam Gase. I've been wondering what he's been up to. He's now super
just
chatting
watching
Clickbait
Clickbait.
Sports. Yeah, he's just
Bring
like,
Adam
oh,
Gase back to
see if
Denver
they're
too. Why not?
gonna
Let's
make
get
it.
crazy
Oh.
here, guys.
So
Bring back
Brandon,
Mike McCoy.
in celebration of you completing your Danger Witch, Russ Wilson has a wonderful soundbite. They asked him about his flight across the pond, where it was an 8-hour flight, and he broke down what he did on the flight. Do we have that?
Yep, I
Queued
threw
up.
that up. Let me get that right here.
Hate
I don't really get jet lag too often. I don't really, I've traveled enough to get, kind of get my system down. But yeah, for me, I was on the plane the first 2 hours. I was, first 2 hours, probably 8 hours flight here. That's the first 2 hours I was watching the film, watching all the cut-ups and everything else. And then for the next 4 hours, I was doing treatment on the plane. I was walking up and down the aisles. Everybody was knocked out. I was doing high knees and working on my legs and everything else, make sure I'm ready to rock. So that was good. And then the last 2 hours, the last hour of that, I fell asleep for 1 hour, and I watched the film the rest. So I felt good to go once we got back. And then we had
High knees. I'm Russell Wilson.
Heinies?
High knees.
Bruh.
Can I ask
talking
you,
about John
is there
Elway?
anything Russell Wilson could do that he won't be ridiculed for?
Cure cancer. Although even then, he'd probably cure a rare form and just.
Who is this
Russell
man?
Wilson can't even cure cancer right.
Who is this man's
Like-
PR agent, and what are they advising him on? Because what I would not say is to go out and to tell people you're doing high knees on an airplane ever. Like, if you're ever considering doing high knees on an
This man
airplane,
is taking so much money from the Broncos.
please relax. Like,
He
it's
is
never that serious.
245 million, baby.
It's never that serious. What are
His-
you doing?
His finesse
Your
is
next flight
smoother.
you get on, someone starts doing high knees up and down the aisles. What are you guys doing?
tackling that person.
I'm seeing if I can open the
Listen.
door mid-flight.
You know he's troll. Look at his face here.
I don't
You
think
see
he's
that
trolling.
little smirk on his face?
I don't even.
I don't really get jet lag too often.
I don't
Look
think
at that
he's capable. I don't think he's capable
You
of
don't
trolling.
think so?
Hey, Broncos country. Let's ride.
This man is genuine. Brandon, you
He
know that
almost
he's being
cracks,
dead
though.
serious, Brandon. You
You
know
think
he's being
he's-
dead serious.
You
Would you
don't
be
think he-
surprised if, like, just one day, like, the whole locker room just, like, put a bunch of bars of soap in a sock? And we're like, hey, Russell, we just
Whoa.
want to talk.
and put a blanket over him
Whoa.
and Full
Just
Metal
like-
Jacket him
just wanna
like
talk.
Gomer Pyle?
And
Dude,
Nathaniel
like
Hack could be like, let's
here's
ride.
the thing. Like he breaks it down. He starts to chuckle, and he's just like, how he asks him how much. Like if you actually did that, like you'd be more serious. If you were that focused, you'd be like, yeah, I'm really concerned. Like he is joking I do not buy that for a second.
Nah,
He is
bro.
trolling y'all. He knows he's corny. His wife said, Russ, stop acting stop trying to be cool. Just embrace the uncoolness. And
I
now
really don't think so.
that's what he's doing.
I
And
really
actually
don't
like
think
it.
so.
You don't
Like,
think so?
No,
Nah.
like if I'm looking at this man is genuine. He's dead serious. He's
it's-
trying to get treatment. He's trying to get right so he can be there for his team. He thinks this is what he should be doing. High knees on an airplane. His troll level's not that high.
High knees.
It's your sandwich. It's called the Danger Witch, and it's dangerously good. Be careful, though. It's spicy.
He's dead
Not that
serious.
spicy, guys.
If he's
okay,
so all right, Scooter. If you say that he is
I'm
serious,
telling you, this man is
and
dead
he's
serious.
genuine. If I'm a teammate of him and I see him hop, skipping, and jumping down the aisles, I am like wanting to tackle him. I'm trying to sleep.
You know
I
it's
got
serious
8 hours.
because of the way his teammates react. Look at how his teammates are reacting. What's that one meme? What the one
KJ
player
Hamler
looking
did.
at him?
Yes.
I cannot wait for the book to come out from the teammates of Russell Wilson during this time period in like 5 to 6 years. I cannot wait.
That would make a brilliant 30 for 30.
I'll buy it. I will
And you
buy
know
it.
he's not trolling too
It'd be
because
hilarious.
reports came out. I think it was Richard Sherman and other people. They don't even have Russ's phone number. Like they have to go through his agent to contact
I wouldn't
him.
give Richard Sherman my phone number.
would
Look
not,
what he did when he
or
knows
my
where your
address.
address is.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Look what he
I'm
did when he
saying is
knows where your address
more than
is.
just Richard Sherman though. Like your teammates.
You want Richard
right?
Sherman showing up?
If
at your
your
house in the
teammates
middle
don't
of the
even
night,
have your phone number,
calling you in the middle of the night,
something's going on. Like that's not normal. That's not normal.
Do you think Russ Wilson, Scooter, is the kind of guy that would wake you up on the flight sleeping with with the tablet and just be like, "Hey, I just noticed something on film. Can we discuss this?" And just completely just like, do you think he's the boss that expects you to be working like 24/7 and like because he's working 24/7?
Listen,
Do you think he's that guy?
I think Russell Wilson is the type of guy who will say on the sideline, hey guys, let's make sure we're calling out pass when it's a pass and run when it's a run. Monty, don't you dare. Don't you dare, Monty.
That's why I'm going to
I
back your
hope
statement
Scooter-
because if somebody knows something about being authentic and his corniness, it's that man down here.
Listen,
that's true. That's true. You're not.
I'm dead
trying to
serious,
fool
too.
anybody.
like
Yeah.
the Cowboys can win the Super Bowl at any given time. We're in the NFC East. I'm dead serious.
Well, I mean, we
Listen.
play every year.
This is all it is. Russell Wilson is an annoying guy. He's an annoying guy, and he doesn't realize he's an annoying guy. And after a while, his teammates they can't put up with it anymore. It's like a younger brother, you know, who is probably better at sports than you. Does all the things he thinks he's supposed to do, but just takes it to one level too far. And it's turned into a thing where now it's
And he has a
cool
hot
to
wife
just try
now.
and shit on Russell Wilson as
Yeah.
hard as you can. Just don't hold any punches. Whatever this man does, let's find a way to tear him down. And it's not just us trolls on Twitter. It's literally everyone now. It's the NFL Network going out of their way to do entire segments about it, which is bizarre. Because if the Broncos had a winning record right now, this whole airplane thing, people would be saying this is what makes Russ good.
Mhm. Yes,
This
you're
is the
right.
thing that separates him from the
Yep.
normal man
need to eat the
that he
danger witch.
goes the extra mile to do all the things. Is it a little weird? Yeah, but I, who have never been a champion, would never even think to do such things.
You're right, Brandon. Winning
right.
winning cures a lot of things.
Well,
Mhm.
it does.
And I think
Mhm.
And I don't
actually
think it's going to happen soon, though.
it could just be there's a curse on the name Russell because you look at the NBA,
Oof.
Russell Westbrook is getting the
RW.
exact same
Dude, don't make. Hey, he is a professional bricklayer. He is just doing his job.
Dude, if
That's all I'm
Kobe
saying.
Bryant, if he didn't have 5 rings, he'd be getting this treatment too.
He'd have
Kobe
been clowned in
would
his final years.
berate teammates. He would make fun of them. He would insult. He would bully teammates. Did it work? Yes. He won
don't
5
know if
championships.
None in his later
too.
years. None in
I
his
don't
later
know.
years.
None in
that's
his
true.
later years, no.
because
But I agree.
Kobe always backed up everything, regardless of if he's winning or not. Kobe had the stats to talk trash, to say you need to get better, you need to be here in the gym when I'm in the gym. I like what Brandon said though, and he's 100% right. It's just because he's not winning. If and when Russell Wilson starts to win, if and when Russell Westbrook starts shooting well, all the critics will subside. All you have to do is win.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
win,
He's been like this
everything
his whole
else
career.
falls away.
He's
But
been like
you're,
this his
you're
whole
100%
career.
right, bro.
Nick, man,
They're
It's
MJ in
literally
Washington was
because
a different
they're
breed.
struggling, and when you're struggling, it's easy to dog pile on. It's easy to make memes. It's easy to make a danger witch joke. So
It will. I'm like at this point, like I get it. You know, giving people crap for stuff. Like I make a living off that, so I can't. I can't throw too many stones in this glass house. But at this point, I'm just genuinely curious to see if Russell Wilson can turn it around. Like it's at a point where his professional career is it's as low as it's ever been. Like he's never been in this situation,
Mhm.
and not everybody can come back from that. Like it's a tough thing to get that low, to have the spotlight on you, and then to turn around and play at an elite level at the hardest position in sports. And Russ, very good throughout his entire career as quarterback, in different like phases through his career, and I have no clue what's going to happen week to week with this team with Russ. Like at this point, I'm just on for the ride, and I think he has a track record of being very good. But outside of that situation that they had in Seattle, like he's got a lot to prove, and there's a ton of pressure there. And I don't know if he can do it. I'm hoping, or else he's going to finish his career as just a freaking meme.
I think he
It's
can because he
tough.
wants to, though.
The thing is,
that's
if Russell can't turn it around, this sets the Broncos franchise back 10 years.
4 years.
10.
It's a new Herschel Walker trade. That's what it is.
We'll keep losing, and then we'll get our draft picks back, and then we can take Arch Manning. Everything will be fine.
Nah, they're gonna implement a draft lottery so you don't get him.
Arch Manning, Gardner Minshew.
This is just wild.
I want to make a quick pivot because you did bring up Russell Westbrook. Who do you think starts shooting better by the end of the year? Ben Simmons or Russell Westbrook?
Well, Russell Westbrook has been a good shooter at one point in time. Ben Simmons never has. Okay. This is not
allergic
like
to jump
something
shots.
that's within him. That's not his gameplay. Ben Simmons is a pass first point guard. He's a facilitator. So it's gonna be TBD, but
bad.
I put money on Westbrook. Listen, I don't know. I don't know
What
what's
about
going
your
on
dude
with Westbrook.
Paulo Banchero? He's
Yeah,
fine, right?
Banchero. Grown man.
Boncaro.
Banchero.
So Paulo
Banchero.
Banchero actually has been killing it. He is one of the first rookies ever to post 20 points his first 4 games. He's one of 3, literally one of 3 rookies. His first game he ever played, he posted over 20 points. He's been really impressive. It's the supporting cast that's been kind of letting him down. Magic have yet to win a game, but I do think it's not that bad, right? This is not a bad time to be a losing team in the NBA with the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes coming up. The best prospect since LeBron, and they're saying he's even a better prospect than LeBron at 7'3" already. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
We'll see.
Could you imagine being
All right.
7'3"?
Oh
No.
my gosh, dude! The other day I went in the gym. This dude was like 6'10", and I was like, "I'm a little person. Please stay away from me."
Bro, real quick, I was playing like a men's pickup basketball game, like in the men's league.
Yeah.
Tell me why I was playing with the center from the national championship UConn team. I had no idea. It was just a
What?
6'9" dude. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we got a big
Hochschild?
man coming. He was on the national championship team, yamming on people. I just passed him the ball the whole game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you go to like a a gym and there's just a dude that can ball and dunk, and you're just like, yes, I'm very glad that he is on my team because I
had no clue. This man, national championship winner.
Wait, you saw a guy that was like 6'9" and he's
on my team. He's on my team.
I
was just passing him the ball, and he got mad when I did not pass him the ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's on me. My bad.
He was like, why are you shooting?
My bad, Phil.
Why are you shooting? You're like, I got to enjoy this. I paid my league dues. All right. Jamar Chase out 4 to 6 weeks at the worst possible time for the Bengals. What are you guys' thoughts? How does this affect things, or does it not?
I think it just implements T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd and Hayden Hurst into a greater role. I think it's going to hurt the Bengals offense, but I think with Joe Burrow clicking the way he is, I think they'll still be okay for the time being.
I think it play.
It proved my curse wheel is very real still.
It is very real.
God bless the curse.
Who do the
shout out to the Johnnies?
So they got the Browns. The next 4 games are as following for the Bengals. They got the Browns, the Panthers, the Steelers, and the Titans. All winnable games.
Yeah. And Cincy's defense is playing really well right now.
They've been strong.
Tom, what do you think?
I think they're gonna be just fine, just literally because like Tyler Boyd has been phenomenal. Like he is such an underrated guy, and he's their wide receiver 3.
He's their wide receiver 3.
Yeah. So like T. Higgins, he's just fine too. So I think against those people, yeah, they're like those teams, they're gonna be just fine. And I think that division is so weird right now. Like, yeah,
What does the kitty do?
Kitty goes meow.
Okay. That's all
Kitty goes meow.
That's all I had to know. Do you want to preview the game tonight? Do you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, it's a
Favre?
good game. It's gonna be a fun game.
Preview the game and then talk about who we want our teams potentially to trade for / who might get traded from our teams.
Okay, I want Micah Parsons, and we'll just give you like a 5th for that.
Yeah,
we'll take Micah Parsons.
We will also take Micah Parsons, and we will take Zach Martin, and in return, you can get the eternally frustrating Chase Claypool.
I'm good. We're good
on
that.
Tree, can you tell? I don't want Chase Claypool. Stop trying to give me Chase Claypool.
Here, what you got to understand: if you think you hate your wide receivers now, and you think Aaron Rodgers is frustrated, oh boy, you're in for a treat with Chase Claypool. This dude has no work ethic. His routes are rough. He's terrible in one-on-one jump balls. He's been responsible for 2 interceptions on his own. He is $1 million talent with a 10-cent head. So, by the way, if that happens, have fun with him. Have fun with TikToks too.
I don't want him, and I'm tired of
Dude, if you get him, I'm going to do a happy dance on this stream right now, and I'm going to celebrate and send it to you, sir.
Tree's like a parent that's a lawyer that wants his kid to be a lawyer, and he's just like, "Hey, let's go visit, Harvard Law." And
is he really that bad?
And he's frustrated. Like, no. He's very inconsistent. Like he'll have like these games where you think, "Wow, this guy's really talented," and then he has games where he just vanishes and does nothing.
That's fair.
And don't forget, Minnesota, 4th down.
Yeah,
first down.
Celebrating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chase Claypool. He's like the worst combination of like not good enough with a huge ego. Like that's not good.
Top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, dude. You're probably not even top 3 on the Steelers right now.
All right, tonight we have the 4-3 Baltimore Ravens at the 3-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 teams that should their record. I think the Baltimore Ravens should have a better record than 4-3.
They can't keep blowing like 10-point leads.
And the Bucs can't move the ball. Tom Brady looks older than me right now.
Finally, what a jerkwad.
Why don't we go around? Brandon, tell us your thoughts on this game tonight. And
it's going to be ugly. The Ravens are going to sack Tom Brady so many times. Justin Houston is going to get to him twice. They can't run the ball. They're not going to run it against the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's going to tear apart their defense because the Buccaneers got like a half of their defense not playing tonight due to injury. Tom Brady's going to lose. If they lose tonight, is it 3 in a row?
It's 3 in a row, and it's the first time he'll be 2 games under 500 in his career.
Yeah, it's about time.
In his career?
Brandon, you're going to upload that to Pornhub, aren't you? Because the way you're talking, it's like, oh boy, I'm going to get out the loop tonight.
I'm waiting to see it. And now that I've said this, Tom Brady's going to throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Mhm.
He'll come back to a 17-point deficit. Trust
Yeah.
me. Just watch.
This actually
That's
is
how
a
Baltimore
very important game for both teams. Just looking at schedule-wise, if the Bucs drop this game, it might be very difficult, especially with the way some of these NFC East teams are playing, to make the playoffs. Tom, you're shaking your head no? Elaborate.
They are in like arguably the worst division in football. Like I know that they have now lost to the Panthers, which was that was really embarrassing.
It's hilarious.
But that's the one saving grace right now for the Buccaneers is that their division is so horrible. They could lose 5 games in a row and still win the division, I think, with relative ease. So the Falcons right now, like they're playing really tough, but their corners are injured to hell. The Panthers, I don't think, are going to go on any type of run. And the Saints, they have QB issues, and they also have a ton of injuries too. So
Dalton's starting.
Again.
So you say, doesn't matter. This game,
it's
in the grand
important like,
scheme-
for them to kind of just get back into the swing of things. But I think they would still be okay.
Yeah, that division is bad. But, I mean,
Nobody has
so
a
are
winning
the
record.
Bucs right
Yeah.
now.
Let
All
me
I'm going to
read.
say is the Carolina Panthers have a chance to lead the division if they beat Atlanta and Tampa Bay loses, and it would be hilarious.
Let me read the Buccaneers injury report, okay? Antoine Winfield Jr. out. Sean Murphy Bunting out. Akeem Hicks out. Luke Godecki out. Russell Gage out. Carlton Davis out. Cameron Brate out. That is 2 of their corners and their safety all out. Like, if Lamar Jackson doesn't have like one of his best passing games since early in the season, then I'd say the Ravens got some issues as well moving forward. They should blow them out of the division. Yeah, that's it.
Baltimore's dealing with a lot of drama, though, apparently. Apparently, the rumor is Lamar Jackson's not happy in Baltimore, although I don't know how much of that is because he wants that fully guaranteed contract.
Bring him to Denver, baby. We run the Lamar Russ offense.
I will say this.
It's going to be pure diarrhea.
The math, just purely Tom Brady on a Thursday night, he's already old. And you're telling me his old ass has got to turn around and play on a Thursday game. That, to me, is going to put him up against the wall. But with Tom Brady that we have seen his entire career, just when you think he is done, he pulls some bull crap out of his tuchus, and he's going to throw for 300 yards and 4 tutties tonight, and it's going to be a Tampa Bay win.
Absolutely.
And no one should hold me accountable when I'm wrong.
Absolutely not. Someone clip that immediately and be ready to post on Twitter tonight. I'm hopeful for a Ravens blowout. Okay? Lamar is going to cook, and I am going to enjoy watching the demise of Thomas Brady right before my eyes. The tweets will be flowing. Okay, listen, I don't hate the Bucs. Okay, you're a Bucs fan. I'm sorry. This is your fault for signing Tom Brady. Y'all got the Super Bowl. Now you have to deal with this. Okay, you can't have one without the other.
Can't have one without the other. Tom, did you give a prediction breakdown yet?
I have the Ravens winning. I mean, the big thing that concerns me is the Ravens defense, as I think Tree said before. Like, they just can't hold on to a lead. They didn't blow it against the Browns, but the Browns kind of just blew it themselves.
But they've blown double-digit leads in, I think, like 4 of their last 5 games or something like that. It's not just the defense. Their offense just just stalls out. They get passive, and then when they try to restart it, they keep making mistake after mistake after mistake. It happened against Miami. It happened against the Giants. It was happening against the Browns with that Justice Hill fumble, but
it's going against the Bengals
lucky.
too. The Bengals, I mean, the Ravens were moving the ball really great a couple weeks ago on Sunday Night Football against the Bengals, and then they just stopped in the second half, and the defense let them back into it. They were able to score again and put it away, but they are just don't look like a complete team right now. Like, they look like they're very unbalanced, and I mean, I know all about teams who can't play 4 quarters, so yeah, it's not great.
Sorry, there's motion at my front door.
Oh, okay. There is a legal shift. Right.
Ooh,
a
got him.
package.
Okay, trade deadline. Who's
Thing
getting
happened.
traded from your team? Who do you want to get traded to your team?
I think you should talk about who you want traded away from your team. I would like to see Kenny Galladay shipped to anybody in the league.
Will you
I
take a
think
sixth round pick?
Packers.
Take a
Yeah,
sixth?
we'll take. Dude,
Oh, dude,
we'll give you a 6th round pick with him. You take
Dude,
both of that.
Tom, ask for more. Ask for a 2nd round pick because that's what's going to take to get that Galladay contract off their
We'll
hands.
give you Amari Rodgers.
Okay, we'll take.
Hey, that's an asset. No assets. Negative
Actually,
assets.
you know what? Don't
only.
give us a 3rd. Yeah, no, we're not going to. Give us a 4th. Give us a 4th. Kenny Galladay for Amari Rodgers. He's a young player, really good up and comer. Just put him back to return kicks, and you'll do great.
That's fine. We'll put him on the practice squad because that's about as good as we'll get out of Kenny Galladay. So, yeah.
I mean, is there any like Buffalo Bills connections with the Giants? Are they going to deal anybody to Buffalo? You got the
I don't know.
GM
Buffalo
connections?
seems to be standing pat. Like their roster's good. They don't have any weaknesses right now. Maybe
Is there anybody the Giants can give Buffalo?
No, the
Saquon
Giants have
Barkley.
a terrible roster, and they just got rid of their only asset that had any value. So no.
I
So
heard
you
the
don't
Bills
think the
were
Giants
The
in
are
on
Giants-
moving anyone
McCaffrey.
else?
The Giants want Gesicki and his horribly unseasoned gritty. That's what they want because Bellinger's out for the year. They need that gritty.
Gesicki is actually would be a
Alberto
good
to going
pickup.
to the
He's really
Giants or the
underrated.
Packers. Sorry, Trey.
Alberto.
Tom, who's getting traded from the Packers, and who do you want on the Packers?
I want DJ Moore. We're not going to get him, but I want DJ Moore.
What would you be willing to give up for DJ Moore?
Amari Rodgers.
Yeah, good luck. You're giving up a first.
Realistically, what would you be willing to
Fine,
give
Amari
up?
Rodgers.
Jay Moore.
I will give you a 3rd round pick between now and ever. Like
Would
for
you
the
give a
rest of
second?
Green Bay
That's
Would
not
you
Packers.
go
gonna do it.
2nd round pick?
Yeah, I'd go 2nd round pick.
Would you go first?
Honestly, I might go first.
You're gonna have
Tom
to
would be horrible in a negotiation.
Negotiating.
Yeah, it's like whatever. I would
Yes.
just.
It's
I will give you
honestly,
more.
I want to give you our 3rd round picks in perpetuity. Like
Yeah,
you just
there you go.
take them all.
Yeah.
And who might not
Would
be
you like more?
who might not be on the Packers roster after this trade deadline?
I don't see them really trading anyone except like Amari Rodgers, but I don't even know if they can get value for him. So
Tree, what's Pittsburgh looking like this trade deadline?
Well, there have been some rumors about them shipping things off. There have been rumors about trading Claypool, but I don't think you get more than a 3rd round pick for him at this rate. So I think they keep him, to be completely honest. There's no point in trading him at this rate because his value is the lowest it's ever been. There are some rumors about like their people looking to get Cameron Hayward. They turned them down because they still think they can make the playoffs. If anything, they may acquire an offensive lineman for depth, but for the most part, I think they mostly stand pat.
What about the Broncos, Brandon?
No clue. If they lose Sunday, all bets are off.
Like
like
that is
Alberto-
a very real possibility. You know
Alberto
that,
seems
right?
gone. Judy seems like the piece with the most leverage. And Bradley
constant.
Chubb is playing really, really well right now. The only problem there is I think teams know that the Broncos are probably not going to re-sign him after this season because it's going to be too expensive, and they've kind of found his replacement. So if you're a team looking for him, you have to be a contender versus a team that's like, we'll just wait and negotiate, trying to get him as a free agent. So Alberto probably gone. Judy, maybe. The price for Judy will be steep, and that's why other teams are also inquiring about KJ Hamler. I would like to keep KJ, but they're not going to be buying anybody. Not
Yeah,
spending.
they're not buyers.
We are in a
As far as
spending
that.
freeze.
As far as the Cowboys go, I look for us to pick up a cornerback, actually. I'm not sure who, but Jordan Lewis is out
out.
for the year now. So I think we'll look for some depth there. I think you might see us pick up a receiver, but the problem is this, like our front office has
Rodgers.
stood – no, we don't want him. Our front office has stood firm in the fact that they're comfortable with the receivers that we have. They said, hey, Noah Brown can do what we want him to do. Michael Gallup can do what we want him to do. We're not really looking for anyone else. James Washington's coming. The injury report, he's not too far off from being back, they're saying. So I look for us not to pick up another receiver, but I think we might get a cornerback or add another linebacker. And some people have actually requested Roquan from the
Roquan.
Bears.
I'm
That hey,
surprised they haven't.
I
moved
would
him.
not I would not
They're,
hate a Roquan
they're probably
Smith.
looking for a first.
We'll see though. We'll see because stranger things
think-
have happened. You know, we moved
Have you-
Amari Cooper for a fifth. Maybe we can get someone.
Yeah.
We
One
can get
more
ripped
rumor
off
before
again.
we go to. Apparently there's a rumor Alvin Kamara might be getting shipped off from the
Yeah.
Saints.
Yeah.
So like there's
interest.
being linked to the Eagles, maybe the Bills. I know he does have that trial,
Bro, if
so he
Kamara
might get
goes to
suspended.
the Eagles, I'm slapping.
Yeah, Philly was
everyone.
interested in Kamara.
I'm
Yeah, that's
slapping
true.
everyone.
Allegedly.
With
I've
him, Miles
met
Sanders, and
Kamara.
Boston Scott.
He was nice. I do not want this man on the Eagles.
And Kareem Hunt too. Kareem Hunt is another rumor as well.
I did see Kareem Hunt. They were saying you could get Kareem Hunt for as low as a 4th round pick, and some of the things I was looking at. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays. out.
Alvin Kamara to the Broncos. We'll buy. We'll give you Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray back.
And then you'll
Take what
fumble
you
the
want.
trade before you can process it in the fax machine.
Yep.
Take it.
All right. Do the countdown, I guess. Because
Why? I got punished while
Sing it,
eating a
Tom.
danger witch.
Yeah,
sing it.
someone's birthday
idea.
coming up. 2019, 17, Brandon Perna's only turning 24. That's right. I just find the number 4 to make fun of Russell.
But
Ask yourself what you're really mad at. It's probably
And
not
singing backup
Russell
vocals
Wilson.
were like Adele, and Adele's backup singer.
Butt cheeks.
All right, so I definitely didn't win, so I'm okay with that. I am
Yeah.
$238.21.
104.60. I'm happy.
I win the
Three-
Lozman trophy. I got
35.
$20.99.
335.
Hey, that's a good prize.
And the
335.
birthday boy.
Birthday
What do you
boy. What do you got, buddy?
have?
$892.
Oh,
Why?
oh, look at you.
Good.
With that,
You could buy
I
at
think
least
that
80 danger witches.
no, I think what he should do is book a flight somewhere, like a short flight, and then do high knees up and down the aisle.
I'm not
Film
getting
the
thrown on a
reaction.
no-fly list.
Well, we could also do
Oh,
something. Would you rather
man.
do that or watch the NFL pylon?
If I lived in LA, I would have to like they have those airplane sets and they're really expensive to rent
Yeah.
out. You should I don't live there, but if you had to make me rent
don't
out
live
one of
there.
those and do the high knees, ain't happening.
I
You say
think what
watch
you should
the
do.
pylon.
I think he should do like a high knees thing. Like he should recreate that flight somehow. Not in 8 hours, but you should study film. Like you should dress as Russ Wilson, study film, go do high knees around
When
your
is
neighborhood.
your birthday, Brandon?
Ooh, a
Saturday.
birthday punch.
Saturday.
This Saturday. So can we get some happy birthdays in the
No.
chat for
No.
Brandon Perna, ladies and gentlemen? 'Cause
Yes, we
won't
need a
see him.
birthday
Out for
punishment.
Photograph.com.
We need a birthday punishment. I think you should do like high knees, some type of high knees. What are we
High
thinking,
news
guys?
The entire Clickbait Sports next week.
Do it around a Walmart. I like that. Go to a Walmart and
Yes,
just
so
film
you
yourself
have to
doing
dress
high
up
knees.
For
Like
4
Russell
hours.
Wilson and do high knees in a public venue.
All right, you got to crash a funeral, and you got to do high knee.
You got to do
If
high knees
the
with the
corpse
casket.
would have done high knees, he'd still be alive today.
I see. The only thing I thought of is flex a tiny bit and go to that Subway that you bought the Danger Witch at and ask if you could volunteer to make a Danger Witch sandwich behind the counter.
They would not let you.
I know they won't let you.
It's
That's a lot.
insurance.
That's a lot. Chat, help us out with a punishment for Perna. This is a substantial punishment now. He's almost cracking 1K here.
What if
A
I
bet.
just wake up at 7:30 and live stream the Broncos game on Sunday?
Ooh,
That's
no.
already-
That is,
It's
that
already-
is
no.
You're
No, you're already
you're
doing
making more
that.
money. Come on.
Yep. I think the chat is voting. They're saying Walmart high knees. Everyone's
right.
saying
Walmart
go
high knees is
around.
pretty good.
That's fair.
Yep. Do some grocery shopping and
You
then
try to
can you hit
get
a
one
gritty?
person to do high knees with you.
Yeah, if you
yeah, I
get
can try.
one person,
Punishment stops.
if you
as
get
soon as you
two
get one.
people to do high knees with you, you don't have to eat the remainder Danger Witches for
Well,
the week.
we're gonna know in a week though.
Yeah,
We already that was
If
the
you
week.
I don't
get
know when
two
I'll get
people
to
to do a
Walmart.
I don't know.
high
No,
knees with
it's
you,
back to back.
you
Honestly, the
get
Danger
a,
Witch is pretty good. I'm looking forward to eating it every day.
Okay. You're getting all 6 inches.
We'll see what
What
happens
is it
tomorrow
called when
morning.
you don't do a punishment? You use your
Veto.
If you get 2 people to do high knees with you, 2 strangers, you get a veto for this season. You get 1 more veto for this season. If 2
A Corleone.
strangers
Okay.
do high knees with you,
I like
they have
that.
to be strangers though.
Yes, they cannot be your neighbor. I know what your neighbors look like, Brandon. So
A veto is
I'd
on
rather
the
ask
line.
a stranger than my neighbors.
That's valid.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
what we got
I know
coming
you don't
up?
have any
Neighbors.
friends, so I don't have to worry about that. But
What are friends? I don't know.
Okay. All right, can we get out?
What do you have coming out, people?
Oh, I've got a video on which states don't have a major sports team and why.
Oh, nice. That's actually interesting, Adam.
Yes. All 23 of them. 23 states do not. That's actually interesting. Nice backhanded comment right there.
For the usual
kidding.
Yeah, for the
Kidding.
usual crap
Pardon,
that
what do
you
you got?
place upon us.
I just dropped a Geno Smith episode. So, as a Broncos fan, that was a little painful to make. But his story in the NFL has been kind of crazy. Check it.
Eugene.
I have Haters Guide to the World Series coming out tonight.
I got an untitled Dallas Cowboys sketch. We're getting into sketch comedy. That's all I'm going to say. Be on the lookout. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Yeah, streaming tonight. Probably reaction. Might be a short. I don't know. Things are gonna happen. I'll be streaming at 8:00.
Things always happen.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye.